Hey, what's up guys? My name is John. I'm an emergency medicine physician assistant, and in today's video, I'm gonna talk to you guys about getting into PA school with a low GPA, a low grade point average. First, I'm going to talk about what constitutes a low GPA for PA school, a few ways on how you can improve your GPA and your application for PA school to get into PA school, even if you have not so stellar of a GPA. Guys, as you know, on this channel, I've been doing many videos on how to become a physician assistant and sharing stuff about PA lifestyle. I'm also doing videos on money and finance topics, which interest me. So if you guys enjoy that sort of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. That way you don't miss out on any future videos. And also, if you could please just take a quick millisecond and hit that like button down below. Really helps the channel out so much, really helps us get seen by more people on YouTube. Getting into PA school with a low GPA. What would be considered a low GPA for PA school? If your grade point average or GPA is less than a 3.0, you are in trouble. What having a 3.0 means is that you're going to have to take more classes and ace those classes to raise your grade point average up. You might need anywhere from 20 to 40 additional credits, and you need A's in those classes to actually budge your GPA up into an acceptable range. So if you're below a 3.0, that is the danger zone. The danger zone! If your GPA is between a 3 and a 3.3, I would classify that as a low GPA in terms of getting into PA school. If your GPA falls between 3.3 and 3.6, your GPA now is getting up towards the average. I would still suggest you do some of the things in this video to boost your GPA and to better your odds of getting into PA school. And finally, if your GPA is a 3.6, if it is a 3.7, if it is a 3.9, if your GPA falls within this green zone, I would try to strengthen the other parts of your application and worry less about your GPA. Just because your GPA is on the lower end of the spectrum doesn't mean it's impossible for you to get into PA school. Some of the stuff that I'm going to mention in the second part of the video will explain why. I just want to convey that it will definitely be an uphill battle because PA school is very competitive. My PA program, for instance, had 50 seats available and they had 2,000 applicants. And my GPA, I might as well reveal it, was a 3.69. It's very easy for these programs. They just see a number and, oh, well, this person had a 3.7 and this individual had a 3.2. We're going to hedge our bets on the guy who got a 3.7. because that is showing that throughout the 4 years of their undergrad experience, in theory, they performed better academically, they knew their stuff better academically. And whether you agree or disagree that GPA is a good metric for getting into PA school or not, it's an easy way for these programs to filter candidates in a one-number summarization how your academic performance was. So what is my advice to getting into PA school with a low GPA? Would be to avoid getting a low GPA in the first place. And the reason why is because it is so much easier, believe me, it is so much easier to get a high GPA the first time around as you're going through college than it is to repair a poor GPA. The more credits you start stacking on top of your GPA, the less any one individual class or credit is going to budge that GPA. So the advice is obviously to vet your classes beforehand. Make sure that you're taking classes that you actually need for PA school. Vet your professors. So why would you set yourself at a disadvantage when you have another professor who got stellar reviews on their teaching style and can actually help you learn the material better? Vet what classes you're taking and put some time and thought into your schedule and make sure that you go to class. Things like that go a real long way in getting a good GPA in undergrad the first time around. And then you don't even have to watch videos like this. My second set of important advice for low GPA candidates looking to get into PA school is to have an explanation and to show a trend. If you did poorly in a class, or if you did poorly in a semester, or even if you did poorly in an academic year, you should have a reason as to why that was the case. So whether that meant a death in a family, you were going through a stressful time, you weren't taking schooling seriously at the time, you didn't realize you wanted to become a PA at the time, you were exploring all of these other different courses and didn't realize they weren't a good fit and did poorly in some of them. Whatever the reason is, have a reason. You can show that you had this trend upwards, that you found a problem, you found a solution to it, and you fixed that problem, and now you can trust in me even though I have a lower than average GPA. I found a way, I figured it out, I know why it happened, and I made some changes. It doesn't even have to be a great reason. As long as you have a reason, guys, it works. The other elephant in the room too is own up to it. They will see your transcript. During my PA school admissions day, they had us sit down with a counselor, and they literally had like your transcript right in front of them, and they circled stuff.
Oh, what happened during this class? Oh, I see you have a C in this class.
Someone like me, I'm not perfect. I realized, for instance, during freshman year, I was taking a general chemistry class, and I actually realized as the class was about to end that I was going to get a C in this chemistry class. And chemistry is a really important class, whether you want to go to medical school, PA school, anything healthcare related. I didn't feel comfortable getting a C on my transcript. I withdrew from the course. If you withdraw it, it kind of nullifies it, kind of wasted your money, but the class does not count on your transcript. It does not count for your GPA. The following semester, I retook the same class. I think I had a different professor. I wound up retaking the course and getting a solid A in it. A story like that, even though, yes, I did withdraw from a general chemistry class, I was doing poorly in the exams. I didn't understand the concepts. I didn't do well in chemistry during high school, so I guess there was a little bit more for me to learn. I said, listen, I didn't really know the material the first time around. However, I gave it a second go and I passed with flying colors. It created a non-issue out of a supposed issue. Focus on the science prerequisites. Some of the prerequisite classes have a minimum. They don't want you to earn anything less than a B or a B minus. So if you earned a C in it, it's as good as earning nothing in the class. But you get more bang for your buck, more mileage in doing science-related courses or the optional science-related courses, especially if you need to boost up your GPA. Take a medical terminology class. Take another microbiology class. Consider taking a biochemistry class if you didn't take one. They like to see you getting A's in those types of things, and that will help your overall application, even if your GPA is a bit on the lower end of the spectrum. Retake any of those science classes that you got a C or possibly even a B in. If you took your anatomy class and you got a B minus in it the first time around, consider retaking that anatomy course and getting an A in it. My next recommendation for those of you with a low GPA, apply to a lot of PA programs. If you have a low GPA and you go and apply to 5 PA programs, you are fighting the most uphill of uphill battles. Less likely that you're going to get an interview, let alone an acceptance. Regardless of your GPA, I believe you should be applying to at least 10 up to 15 PA programs per cycle, and not just, I'm just gonna pick like, XYZ programs with a blindfold. No, pick programs that you would be competitive in, that you meet all of their minimal requirements, and that you could at least see yourself going to, right? It doesn't have to be your top school. Make a list, look at them, and say, out of these, what are the 10 programs I have the best shot at? That also includes applying very early in the PA school application cycle. CASPA this year opens up at the end of April. So keep CASPA on your radar, have all of your stuff kind of ready to go, and apply in April, apply in May, apply in June. Don't apply later than June. That is my definition of early. Get your application in. If they give you an acceptance and you accept, doesn't matter who's applying after you. You already have your seat. My last set of advice for you guys out there with the low GPA is that you are more than just a number. You are an individual, and you can become a well-rounded PA school applicant. So if your GPA is low and you don't really have the time to strengthen it as much as you'd like, then make sure every other aspect of your application is perfect. Make sure that your personal statement is stellar, and that it really sells you, and it really sells why you want to be a physician assistant. It means that your patient care experience hours should be above average or way above average for what the PA school is requiring. Compensate in other areas for your low GPA. Because if you're an amazing paramedic with great patient care, your supervisors love you, you have amazing, stellar letters of recommendation, your personal statement really sells you, then even if you have a 3.2 GPA, but you have, say, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 hours of patient care experience, that really does make up for it for some PA programs. There are some programs that do focus on the numbers, and then there are other programs out there that take a more holistic approach to everything that's going on, and you should try to find those types of programs, those that are looking for the whole applicant. That is how you get into PA school. even if you have a low GPA. Step back, look at it from the perspective, the point of view of the PA school admissions committees. Where is it that your application, your overall portfolio is lacking? And then go and improve those things. If you got into PA school with a lower than average GPA, share the story down below, spread the hope, spread the love. It is not impossible to get into PA school. You just have a little bit more legwork that you might have to do to get in. If you enjoy videos like this, consider subscribing to my channel. I'll be releasing even more content on the pre-PA journey in addition to wealth and finance topics that interest me. Feel free to check me out on Instagram, where I'll be sharing stories and photos from the lifestyle of a PA. And as always, guys, stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.